All right, so Biggie Smalls had your birthday, and he passed away March 9th. Reminded me of Winnie the Pooh, who's wearing a red top, and no pants. Reminds me of the Tops um, supermarket event that went down the other day. Tops, no bottom, or like bikini bottom, SpongeBob. Everything leads back to SpongeBob. So, anyways, it reminds me of. I always thought that Winnie the Pooh reminded me of him because, like, look, and even like this face. Like, look at that face right there. That is such a Winnie the Pooh face. And you know that Christopher's his real name, and then you have Christopher Robin Milne. So it's crazy that like Christopher and Christopher. This was the author's son, Christopher Robin, who was named after Christopher Robin in the actual cartoon. The illustrator for Winnie the Pooh passed away in March, just like he did. So remember, I told you about portals. People have gifts; they could see in astral. They could create characters that are based on actual people who passed away. So if he passed away in March, he had the keys. Look, March 24th, he passed away at age 24 in March, 1976. 1997, which is 1997. If you put the six upside down backwards, is 1976 as well. So with numerology, like it's totally matching right now. So that's why I say pay attention to who was born on your birthday, who's an actor or a writer, because they could see. They have the key. They just don't have the specific key. So he made him into a big old teddy bear. Named him, Winnie the Pooh. But it's like the Mandela effect, Winnie Mandela. It's like a lot of things you're going to start to notice when you start to awaken. So, who else has May 21st birthday? This guy right here, Jeffrey Dahmer, who passed away November 28th. If you don't know who Jeffrey Dahmer is, go look him up. Because on TikTok, they don't want me to talk about things like him right here. Another person who shares your energy on different birthdays would be Kanye West. He is born June 8th and has that Gemini Taurus energy. When I was looking at the mummy, I told you it came out June 9th. It's a day after his birthday. And the mummies, when they're like all in these mummy things where they wrap you up in that cloth, when you go to the mental ward, you get basically, you could have that tight jacket on you and your hands are crossed just like a mummy. So reality is when you wake up in your mummy consciousness awareness of where you came from, Lemuria, ancient Egypt, Native American, basically you're going to end up being locked up and your family is usually the one who sends you there. So I always tell people be safe and just wake up and understand about gematria, numerology, and just know everybody's aligning. We're all Jesus at this point. So just know that we all are all awake and just be calm. Another date was May 22nd, which is State Theater release. And May 22nd is your son's birthday. So that's another important date. So when you look at goddesses, don't forget to look at their families, like right here, the parents, the consort, the siblings, the offsprings. With Set, she has her Osiris Aries, she has Horus Sagittarius, and they could switch roles. As you can see, her consort is Horus, the elder, but her offspring is Horus as well. So they have the four sons of Horus. They have Baset. Baset's like a fire sign. You have Set being Scorpio as a sibling. It could be brother-in-law or brother. Nephthys as a sister. Osiris Aries as her sibling. But in one, story, Osiris Aries is her husband. Another one is her brother. So you never know how people play in the world because we're always not put into the right family. Sometimes we're born before we were supposed to be born or after because everybody's life is not aligned, which means your births are not aligned. So who's supposed to be your wife, your husband, your kids are all messed up. So you might have a child, that child is bossing you around, and you're like, but why do you seem more grown than me? Because maybe it wasn't time for you to be on earth, but because in another realm you got taken out early. A lot of us are getting taken out early before our parents, or just in a tragic way because the way the world is working, between the food and the healthcare and the mentalities and all the things going on, people are not aligning, which means your families are not exactly where they need to be. But it might be, but definitely the same energies are usually around you. So, like, right with Toth as well, his consort's Ma'at. Ma'at is a Libra. So, if you're around Libras, that would be a consort or marriage person. And then offspring Sesha. I don't know exactly who that is. Look that up. Symbols are Ibis. And I told you Anubis. And so, Hermes is basically Anubis and Toth put together. So, look up Hermes. Anubis, Toth has an ibis head that just tells you, like, hey, they're together. So Anubis would be like a pupil of Thoth. Like he would probably teach Thoth everything. So someone born in September, they will be related to Thoth because even Thoth is a Gemini, but Ma'at is a September, usually Libra person. September, October is Libra. So Ma'at is the consort of Thoth. So teachers are usually beginning to teach around September. So it just starts to make sense. Life will make so much more sense if we could kind of put a meaning to like the people have religion, but if there's like astrology, stars don't like stars align, we're stars. Astrology, when you come into the world and you make this energy, this is the energy. So when you put certain ingredients on a certain day, it's supposed to taste good with the other ingredients on a certain day. So Ma'at being Libra, Thoth being Gemini, Teacher September, Thoth Gemini, Emerald Tablets, it ingredients that make sense. That's what these deities are, ingredients that make sense. So I don't know if y'all watch Stranger Things, but I was doing a birthday decode for May 21st. So I do my birthday decodes on my at birthday decode page for just birthday decodes. But I come here and I usually update everybody on what I'm working on. But I noticed this person was born May 21st. It reminded me of the Hellfire Club guy right here. The Hellfire Club. There's actually a real Hellfire Club. It's called it was a name for several exclusive clubs for high society rakes established in Britain and Ireland in the 18th century. The number 18 comes up a lot in numerology gematria these days. The name most commonly refers to Sir Francis Dashwood, Order of the Friars of St. Francis. Now, Dashwood reminded me of like DoorDash, so I had to research some of that. Long story, but I'm not going to get into it. But order, when you order DoorDash, Order of the Friars and ordering DoorDash and Papa, like Papa John's. So then I got down that Papa and Papa John's rabbit hole. That's another video too. But back to this part that I want to talk about. So as you see, Joseph Quinn, that plays a character in that like the band that they play in the Hellfire in that club where they play Dungeon and Dragon. And then you have May 21st. He passed away, Nick Menza. He was born July 23rd. I'm like, see that May portal, right? Now the dude Nick, he passed away like just randomly. You have to go read his story. Just randomly, 3 songs into his set, passed away. He was doing the concert. But when people write these stories, especially Stranger Things, I'm like, I totally get it. Like this is like they could have saw that energy and totally wrote this whole script for that person. So more about the Hellfire Club, you could press pause and read. But literally, there is the Order of the Second Circle. There is this whole entire Order of the Friar St. Francis of Wycombe. Like, whoa. So Sean Pitty Combs' birthday is November 4th. But that's a whole nother story. Because Matthew Mahogany, and he's from Uvalde, Texas, and Trouble Rapper, he was born November 4th. Both of them born November 4th, just like Sean P. Combs. So it's like, whoa. And Trouble's name is like Scoob. And Trouble is also a game in like Monopoly. So like Dungeon and Dragons and Monopoly and the Parker Brothers are all like part of this Trouble franchise of like games. They're playing games right now, y'all. So if you follow gematria and numerology, you totally get it. But look up Trouble the Rapper passing away in Atlanta. The Order of St. Francis, Hellfire Club, you got Pope Francis, December 17th, his birthday, and he had like an album, I guess, released on December 17th. Super Mario Brothers, George Mario Bergoglio, like another game player. You see December 17th, Trouble's first mixtape. In Thug Law, Matthew Mahogany played a lawyer in that movie. So part 2 next, okay? Because it's a long story right now. I've been gone for a minute, but I've been